What's up, everybody? Today's video, I'm gonna ask you a favor. I've got the most awesome idea for an app. I've got several of them that I've thought of over the years, but I wanted to put it out to you, the audience. If you can help me out, we could make millions upon billions of dollars, seriously, by building this app out. If you're a computer guy, if you understand things, this is the Turo, the next AirBnB, the next big thing. And if we do it together, if you share this video with a friend, if we do it together, I will bring you in. I will split the profits right down the middle. We're looking for you, the right person to build out an app, a full stack developer, somebody who understands how to build out apps, how to scale things, and I can handle the business side of things. I promise you, this is gonna change the game. Guess what it is? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. Let's jump into it. Before we get started, if you're not a subscriber, my name is Troy Kearns. I went from dead broke to owning over $50 million in real estate. If you are interested in my help with coaching, you can sign up for my coaching program, or if you just want to watch YouTube, make sure you comment, make sure you ask questions, make sure you share this video with a friend. But let's get into what is my billion-dollar idea. So as I've gone on with life and I've seen all these things develop, I'm like, oh man, that's a good idea. Oh, that's a good idea. In fact, when I was 8 years old, I literally sketched it. If I had my dad right now, I sketched out the iPhone. Like, I literally looked at my dad's day timer. I looked at all these things. I was like, Dad, it would be really cool if you could have this calculator with all your information in there. And that ended up becoming the iPhone. Not to say that I was the guy who invented the iPhone. I'm just saying that I've always had these crazy ideas, and sometimes they turn into something and sometimes they don't. This one, I really believe could be a game changer. You're watching what's happening with Turo right now. If you guys are not familiar with Turo, you're watching what's happening with Airbnb. If you're not familiar with Airbnb, check out my video on Airbnb. So those apps have literally changed the game. What do? They pair up somebody who wants to rent a house with somebody who has a house to rent. The guy who has a car is with the guy who wants a car to rent. Now, I'll tell you right now, going to renting a car right now, we don't even look at my favorite company, Enterprise, anymore. We go to Turo first. Why? It's easier, right? If I can go into the airport, have the car delivered to me, not have to wait in line, not have to get on a bus, not have to do any of that, it's a total game changer, right? So what's my big idea? So one of the things that I've noticed in the construction field is the guys who really make all the money are the ones who have the equipment. And a lot of guys, they go out to United Rentals, Sunbets Rentals, they go out to all these rental companies, and they go and they put all their hard-earned money into renting tools. And the guys who own the tools make the money, and the guys who have the tools make more money because they actually own the tools. And you can look at this, every contractor who's worth a lot of money owns his own equipment, and that's how they make money. Well, as a contractor who's trying to get ahead, and if you're a contractor out there, comment below and let me know, because I can totally relate to you. But one of the first things I did when I was in Kansas City is I actually bought a floor sander. I bought a concrete saw. I bought all these things that I knew if I had to rent them, it would cost me a lot of money. Well, as I started to look at Turo and started coming up with these ideas, I'm like, man, if we created an app where I could literally put my floor sander on there, offer delivery services, offer insurance. How many people have tools out there right now that are gathering dust in the garage that aren't ever being used, that they could actually turn into an asset that generates them income? It will blow up the entire tool rental business, just like Airbnb blew up the short-term rental business, just like Turo is blowing up the enterprise business, just like Uber blew up the taxi cab business. Because guess what? If you got an air compressor and you want to rent it out, I can come pick it up from you, right? And then if I was worried about it, I could buy insurance. So there's an insurance pitch there, right? So it's literally a marketplace that if I'm a contractor and I've got a concrete saw, or I've got an excavator, or I've got a boom lift, or I've got a snake, or I've got a jetting system, power washer, whatever it is. I mean, you could rent out a screwdriver, for God's sakes. I don't think it would scale, but let's say that you have like a high impact hammer. Whatever you have, you can now rent it out. So now, rather than your tools just being tools that you can use to make money, you know, a lot of those tools are just sitting around. Now you can actually rent them out and make money. In fact, one of the guys that I have rented out, I've literally rented out this guy's car like probably 60 times this year. Between me and my wife, 60 total days. In fact, we ran into him at Home Depot the other day. His name's Jason, super cool guy. And he's like wondering, like, why are you guys always renting out your cars? Because literally my car's always in the shop, or hers is always in the shop for something. But the whole point of this tool rental program, and you think about it, like Airbnb is one thing, Turo's one thing, but if you went and bought a generator, or you went and bought an air compressor, that's like maybe a couple $100. If you rented that out for $25 and you rented it out, you're gonna make your money back super quick. So there's a low barrier to entry. There's a lot more people that need it than need to rent cars, like guys who need to make money or guys who need to borrow stuff to get ahead. If they had a delivery service, or if you wanted to rent my dump trailer out, if you haven't checked out our video on dump trailers, that's a real stuff that you could actually make money on, right? So rather than going and competing with Turo, rather than going and competing with Airbnb, let's be the first guys to start the tool rental app, right? We don't know the name. What should the name be? Should it be Toolio? Should it be Tool Rent? Should it be Rent My Tool? That kind of sounds weird. You know, what should it be? Comment below, share this video with a friend. If you know anybody who's an app developer, I am 100% serious. I am 1,000% serious. I will fund this. I want this to happen. Listen, I put this ad up on Upwork. I put this ad up on Fiverr. I'm just not finding the right people. So if you're somebody that can help me get this program, I promise you, this is a $1 billion idea. And probably somebody's already working on it, but the first one who builds out the best platform is going to win. The first person to get it out there to the masses is going to win. That's why I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there for you right now. If you are interested in getting involved in a business, if you like this idea, if you feel like, hey, I could help you out, Troy, comment below. Let us know. Send me a message on Instagram. Get a hold of me. Let me know if you think this is a bad idea. If you think, Troy, you're totally out of your freaking mind. But let me tell you the ways that I know you can make money. So first of all, you're going to make money from renting out the actual tool. We'll make a percentage of the money from helping that person get to this person over here. Like, hey, you got the air compressor. This guy needs the air compressor. We make a little bit of rip for that. And guess where they make the big money? They make the big money off the insurance, right? Because if you notice with Turo, this is really where I started honing in on this. When you want to get rental insurance on Turo, it doesn't even matter because that's just a pure profit center there. Nobody makes any money except for Turo. When you rent out a car and you actually decline coverage for that car, you can do that just fine because normally most insurance companies, double check with your insurance company, when you rent a car, they cover you under your normal policy for renting cars. And that's the same exact way that Turo works. So the insurance is just a profit center. It's an extra piece of insurance that you'd already have. Now, if you don't have any insurance and you don't have a car, then that obviously wouldn't apply and you would need to get that coverage. But for me, I always decline the coverage, just like I've always declined the coverage whenever I go rent a car at Enterprise or Hertz or any of these companies, because guess what? I have insurance, I don't need it, and I've never had a problem with it, right? Did you ever guys watch that Jackass video when they literally paid for the insurance and then they wrecked the car and they brought it back to the guys? I'm definitely interested in this. I'm definitely looking for the right partner out there. If you are someone who's an app developer, if you are somebody who has the ability to get this program going, what I have the ability to do is I've got the idea, I've got the social media influence, and together we can work together to build out a massive app that is going to change life. Think about the tools in your garage. Think about the things that you could rent out, right? The tools that could help other people get to where they're going. And think about how much money you have to go and how much of a pain in the ass it is to go to Home Depot or United Rentals or any of these other companies. If you have an excavator, right? If you're a contractor and it's slow months for you and you're not as busy as you want to be and your whole way of making money right now is your machine. And let's say that, you know what, I'm getting ready to retire, but I'd still like to own this machine. You could rent it out, right? You could totally rent it out. You could deliver it to the guys. You could make money for delivery just like they do on Turo. You could charge whatever you wanted to charge. You could charge fuel plus that, plus this, plus the other thing. Now it becomes your business. Now instead of being in the tool buying business, you're in the tool rental business. So I think it's a great idea. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you take action. If you're not investing in yourself, you're not taking action. If you're not doing something different than you did the day before, you're not going to get ahead. Make sure you take action. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this video with a friend. And definitely, if you have anything that you can do to help me out, I definitely want to hear from you. Peace.